Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video we're going to talk a little bit about the Strife Pistol, and in my opinion this is not a top tier weapon. I know when I did my evolution of pistol videos and I said that this weapon really wasn't all that good, a lot of people came to the comments section defending this weapon. So go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below, are you a fan of the Strife? Do you think it's strong? Do you think it's overpowered? Or do you think it's garbage? If I would just have to rate this weapon's fun factor, I would say it's definitely fun to outgun people because you know this gun's time to kill is significantly worse than most of the weapons in the game. And if you're not 100% sure what I'm talking about, typically if you're going to use this weapon, it is going to be 4 to 6 shots to kill, depending on the range, but most of the time it's going to be 4 or 5 shots. There is a way to lower the time to kill to only 3 shots, but it's not very practical because you do have to land 3 consecutive headshots. One thing I typically look at when I compare one weapon to another is the time to kill. And I think the biggest handicap for this weapon is the trigger cap. It is under 500 rounds per minute, which is drastically low for this type of weapon. So if you're capping out at that maximum rate of fire and you land 4 consecutive shots, you're going to end up with a time to kill of approximately 370 milliseconds. And when we compare that to the rest of the weapons in the game, there are about 9 weapons that are equal to or worse than this weapon when it comes to time to kill, but there are a total of 17 weapons with a faster time to kill. So if you're just looking to try something new, have a little bit of fun, mess around in maybe an easier lobby, I highly recommend trying out this weapon. But regardless of whatever reason you use it, something about being ranked 18th in time to kill just doesn't speak overpowered to me. I don't know about you guys. So class setup I'm recommending for this particular weapon is to use the suppressor, FMJ, and extended mags. I think the iron sights are clean enough where you do not need to run an optic, and you can see right here I'm running that stim shot, scavenger, tactical mask, as well as dead silence. Although from what I've explained so far, this weapon doesn't seem very viable, there are a few things that it has going for it that actually makes it usable. The main thing in my opinion is the incredibly fast aim down sight time. It has an incredibly fast aim down sight time of 150 milliseconds, which is about half of what most of the weapons in the game are. And inherently, pistols also have a faster strafing speed, so obviously in those engagements it's going to feel like you already equipped stock. And the third, which I already mentioned, is those clean iron sights. So I think this is definitely one of those weapons that it's good for its category because you're comparing it to the RK7. The Mozu can outbeat this gun, but this one's a little bit more forgiving for the average player. Obviously with the Mozu, you got to reload after 6 bullets. This one will give you 20. You got to land a few more, but at the end of the day, that's way more forgiving. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my gameplay breakdown. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please remember to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this video over 700 likes. And if you are brand new to the channel, I highly recommend you just hit that subscribe button at this point with notifications on so you can find your way back, because I guarantee you'll gain something out of watching my videos. So let's go ahead and talk about how to use this weapon in a real match. So overall, when you use a weapon like this, you have to be very clever with your positioning. Right here, I kind of was just making sure that we had a good stronghold of the objective. I used my streak, I didn't really get anything out of it. And I call that drone squad. I hadn't actually used it in a while. It's unfortunate you really can't use that as streak because more often than not, when you don't use it, you're not going to have a 0 in the lobby. The second you use it, you're going to have a 0 in the lobby. That looks like a little case of broken camera because the guy ran right past me. If he would have saw me, he probably would have fired the weapon. I go ahead and reposition and end up taking that guy out on my merciless already. And I have a feeling that the spawns are going to flip. You can see how open it is behind me. There's not really any teammates there. I end up getting a little bit of fire damage there, and I got to go ahead and run back to the spawn. I don't really know where anyone is at because the objective's right there, and my HUD is all hacked right now. So even though it was only hacked for about 15 seconds, the guy was able to spawn in, shoot me in the back, kill me. Then I got killed by my drone squad again. And you'll see kind of how the match ends up getting closer. I was kind of dominating by positioning the right way. I was going on that longer streak. Obviously, when you play hardpoint, you do want to control the spawns and make sure you're positioned the right way. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. Take this guy out in the window, trying to peek people. Not necessarily the best scenario or sight line to actually kill people, but I am trying to make sure I'm avoiding the little drone squad because they were hacked for quite a while. Then my trash reflexes get in the way and get me killed from this thermal titan user. You're going to see there ends up being a guy camping in the corner, and I had no clue that he was there. I'm going up assuming someone's on the truck, so you can see I'm kind of pre-aiming it. And they're going to go ahead and shoot the guy, and I'm thinking, oh cool, no one's there. Let me go for it. This guy's just sitting in the corner. He's not even moving. He's just camping in the corner, crouched, and no one's really doing anything. He's just waiting for me to come out. And that was his first kill against me. Unfortunately, way to die. We don't really have map control, and that's the big problem. And here's the other problem with the game. You have people that are always in matches that are basically AFK. Pretty sure that's as a result of people trying to get those extra tiers by AFKing in the lobby. I guess they jump every so often. They don't really care about their KD, score per minute, actually winning the match, because it takes away a lot of the predictability element from it, because obviously you spawn in different areas than you're supposed to. On this map, it's even worse because the spawn trapping is real. I think the guy is still in the spawn, coming out, trying to go ahead and take this guy out. I end up outgunning him, take him out, go a little bit aggressive because I'm thinking, what the heck do I gotta lose? I got a pistol. If you're getting outgunned by me, there is something wrong because this pistol is definitely not good. I'm landing a lot of shots, cleaning up people. And then right here, you're going to see I end up getting a little bit outgunned because as I come out, there's a lot going on. I try to reposition to get behind this train to the left, but I end up taking too much damage. I was kind of strafing all the way to the left. That's typically what we want to do. Every one of these gunfights, you're going to want to strafe. I go ahead and push in here, trying to take someone out, but they've already been taken out. And now I'm kind of locking it down. I don't want these matches to go longer than they need to be. So you can see how much that little hack changed the entire tide. We're pretty dominant. I was in a position of control. I had my streaks. I call them in. I end up getting hacked. And then as a result, I end up losing pretty much all map control and any control on the actual objective. Obviously, this is not the most ideal gun if I'm trying to take over a lobby and actually carry a team on my back. So what you're typically going to see from the gameplay is me trying to actually win. A lot of times when people put out these gameplays where they get 100+ kills, a lot of what they're doing is not playing the objective, positioning themselves in a way that is not ideal, playing in a party, whatever it is. They're doing all these things to stack their KD and not actually focus on the win. And inevitably what they do end up doing is winning because they're playing in a full party. So a lot of times you got to watch videos, what you're actually getting out of it. If you just want someone to slay out, that's cool. There's plenty of YouTubers that do that. I could do that in my videos as well. I just don't think that's particularly entertaining. I think it's more effective to actually focus on the strategies that are going to actually help you get better at the game with different weapons. There's actually so many variables you can work on, whether it's just the map awareness, spawn knowledge, predicting where enemies are going to be coming from, the overall flow of the map, how to use different weapons with different loadouts. I actually thought I got a collateral there, but it looks like my teammate finished off the other one. Then I'm going ahead and pushing hard into the objective. I know there's people coming through. I'm not necessarily in the ideal scenario. I probably could have taken them both out if I had a regular SMG or rifle. So if you've played hardpoint enough, you know the next rotation is going to be kind of where I'm standing. Fortunately, the enemy player did end up getting these little drone squads, so they end up taking me out. But I'm kind of positioned in a way so that if people come around the corner, I'll get that 4-shot kill potential. Another thing I'm focusing on is not going too deep into the spawn, because if I did go around that left side of the garage, more than likely would have flipped spawns and we would have lost that control. I know my teammates are right here. I know they're going to be flooding in. I'm positioned in a way that I can actually get that hill time. And that's really what I'm focused on. Looking at the scenario, I know this is the perfect time to take out this Tempest shot. I know there are a lot of them are going to be flooding around this left side garage. I'm able to land multiple shots. You can see my teammates kind of take some of the kills. They're pushing up, getting a little bit of the assist on my end, but I'm able to take out a lot of them. Then my teammate just goes ahead and grab slams all of them. So we got that solid map control. So that's exactly what you're looking for. And one thing that's a little bit hard to notice is that these spawns have already flipped. You can see how many enemies are already on the other side of the map. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, and that's sometimes what you have to do. We have these spawns now. I cleared this guy out, and these are our spawns now. We locked it down, got the assist there. And since this is a hard point, I'm already thinking about the next hill. I know that a lot of my teammates are on that side of the map. A lot of people are pushing through this side. I really don't want to push too far in that direction because we need this left side where this truck is. I get those free points, kind of camping it out. Calling some of my streaks, you're going to see that I start to call those in. Get a little bit of UAV, find out where people are. Going to take that guy out. In case you guys didn't know, melee those dudes. It's a lot easier if you're that close. And one of the main things I did at this point is I made sure I called in my Hellstorm, cleared off the entire objective. So now I know that anyone that's jumping on the objective, they're basically jumping on the objective. They're not going to have cover. And fortunately for me, now that I've cleared it out, teammates were able to move in. I didn't actually have to communicate that. I'm able to jump on the objective, pretty much sit on a head glitch. If I need to shoot someone, I can. And the guy lucks out that that's just outside of my range. Obviously, if you wanted to use long barrel instead of the suppressor, you could actually go ahead and do that. And maybe I would have actually killed that guy in 5 shots instead of maybe 6. See, the guy's hacking. I was on the objective. I probably would have died. Flamethrower, everything's coming in. Since the next rotation is coming up very soon, I'm already thinking about rotating to the greenhouse. I'm deciding to push through this direction. If it was clear, I would have went for it. Since it's not, I have to come back to the objective. There's only a couple seconds on there. Then it will rotate, but we do not have the ideal spawns. And as you see, that well-timed drone squad allows me to go ahead and push to this general area. But it doesn't look like we have the spawns yet. You can see none of my teammates have spawned in this area, and that ends up biting me in the butt. Go ahead and clear out these guys. I got to go ahead and get to safe cover. There ends up being a guy who spawns directly behind me. So obviously when we spawn in, we're going to see that we're not at the greenhouse, which is not a good thing. The enemies are still spawning over there, so they have a higher likelihood of controlling that hill. So when we make this push, it definitely has to be a lot of people pushing in there, because obviously if I just go into the pistol, I'm not going to be able to outgun everyone, nor is any one of my teammates. So you got to go ahead and push around from different angles, from the back of the house, from the side, from upstairs, from downstairs. Or you could do option B, which is to hang out the next hill over at the orange house. And anyone who made it to this point of the video, I really appreciate the support. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. See y'all in the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, Have a great day.